Hi friends, how are you? Happy, what is it, hump day? Let's go. Let's get into it. You guys helped me organize so much. It was so easy to find like my headband, and I love what we did last night. So here is the updated total and people. And let's go ahead and do first two to order, get an extra entry for Adorned. I'll go ahead and drop the link in all that for you guys to order. And what else, guys? We're like $600 away, so totally doable. And they also just posted a new sale going on, so I'll actually post that. Let me just go to my Instagram message and I will go ahead and post that link for you guys. I think it's actually on, I just posted it for you guys. Copy that link. Okay. So you can use this link and then code ELEVATE to go ahead and snag. It's buy two, get something free. Oh, hold on. Buy two, get one free right now, guys. Yeah, that's a really good deal. So they have buy two, get one free. So they have a BOGO going on. Buy two, get one free. That's not the right link. Okay. Shoot, okay. I hate when Facebook does this to me. Hold on, I'm gonna have to do it again. Okay, now I gotta think how I can do this a different way. Okay, give me one sec. Hey, Melissa, how are you? Hey, Miranda. Sorry, guys, this is not convenient when it does this to me. Okay, now I think I got it. So I'm going to share the BOGO, the buy two, get one free. I'm going to share that link for you guys. It's not letting me comment now. There we go. Difficulties. And then code ELEVATE. Okay, I'm going to share that link for you guys so that way it can get you to the best deal. And then if you guys need me to post any other links, please let me know and I'll go ahead and post those for you. Sorry, that took like way longer than it should have. Let's look like a glazed donut before we do our makeup. If you guys are not looking like you're sweaty before you do your makeup, you're not doing your makeup right. Okay, this is probably why your makeup's patchy or not staying all day. You gotta make sure you're doing such good skincare before you do your makeup. It's not even funny. So drench your baby. Drench your baby. Drench your baby. Drench your face with rose water. Okay, I cannot stress that enough. I swear my makeup has gotten so much better over the last like years, and it's because I have really focused on skincare before, after, during makeup, like all the things. So let's dive in, shall we? Guys, guess what I'm doing today? I'm going to IKEA. Why? Because it came in stock. It's in stock. My freaking closet things, the Tropass that I want, I already bought it. So I already have two set aside, and I'm just gonna go back, return the one that was too small, or the two that was too small, and get the correct one. So I'm gonna do my makeup, and my mom and I and the kids are gonna run to IKEA and get that handled so I can just be done with that. But anyway, guys, I'm giving this away for Adorned. It's the Louis Vuitton inspired purse and wallet. I closed this up because I didn't want any bugs potentially flying in here because I have stink bugs because it's starting to get warm here, guys. It's 67 degrees today. And I swear, it's like when it starts getting warm in the south, like bugs just start coming in your house. So I'm gonna have to tell my exterminator, like, we're gonna have to spray again because I had a stink bug in my house last night. Ugh. So I'm keeping that closed. But if you guys want to see it, let me know. Okay, there's the link for the sale. It's pinned, code ELEVATE, guys. Ben Tire Lot. Oh, I hope you, girl, you need to try, have you tried our Charge or our creatine, or if you want TrimFit, like all those have natural energy and they're so good. Like I actually skipped having coffee today because I know I'm gonna have all this stuff. Hi Debbie. You didn't know this? Yeah, and like a good amount of skincare. Like you do your normal skincare, cleanser, toner, serum, and moisturizer, but then go back in before your makeup and just drench your face with skincare, like rose water and stuff, before you put on your primer. Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Like, look how I have this like natural glow. So when I go to add foundation, my skin's already gonna be looking good. If you put on your makeup and your face is already looking dry and you know, it's already looking like so much texture and stuff, like when you go to put your makeup on, it's just gonna amplify those problems. You know what I'm saying? No matter how good the makeup is. So, oh, I need to get a drink. I'm over here like... Hi, Kimberly. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, that's better. Yeah, I promise you your makeup's gonna be banging. And even if you're sitting there like, but Trinette, I'm an oily girl. Okay, you need to be doing it too. And I guarantee your oil is gonna get better. The patchiness, the texture, the dryness, the oiliness, all those things are going to get better the more skincare you do. Okay, let's start glamming. So baby girl is taking a nap right now, and then the minute she gets up, we are going. Because we got an hour and a half drive there, hour and a half back, so we gotta go. So I'm just gonna do a quick beat and go from there. They look good. We did that last night. And I have it all organized. I'm gonna organize it maybe a little bit more. But honestly, I feel like I love it. I feel like I love it. And obviously this gap right here is where my black one was that I'm wearing on my head today. But they just sent me a link about their sale going on, so go get it, guys. Go get it. I can't believe it is almost 70 degrees today. I'll probably just bring like a little zip up. But honestly, driving and going to IKEA and stuff, like I already know I'm gonna be hot. Because I have like boxes to bring in, I got boxes to load up to the car, so honestly I don't even think I'm gonna need it unless we do stop somewhere to eat. Oh, the Peaches tank, yay! Yes, that's such a cute tank. You're welcome. Yeah, try it out, let me know what you think. It might feel weird the first few times you do it because you're gonna be like, wait, my face is too wet. But just let that toner dry down a bit before you go in with the primer. And then don't put face foundation on right after your primer. Let that primer sit for a little bit. Do your eye makeup, do your eyebrows, then do your foundation. I promise you guys, just doing these little tiny tweaks to your makeup routine, that's all you need to do to make your makeup like look even better and last all day. So if you're sitting there struggling, having your makeup look amazing, and you're like, wait, how do these girls do their makeup and it looks so good? I promise, it's not wizardry. It's just these little tips and techniques, and everyone's face is different, so keep that in mind. So what works for one girl may not work for you. You may have to tweak it a little bit in order to fit your face shape or to fit your skin, because everyone's skin is different. So again, what works for my skin may not work for your skin, but skincare works for everyone. It just is gonna kind of depend on maybe, you know, switching up a few things. So, but skincare is the most important thing, guys, to flawless looks. Hi KO, how are you, babe? So first two to enter my Adorned order, guys. Anyone who orders Adorned is going to, between now and the 20th, is going to get entered into my LV purse, or LV inspired purse. And then the first two to order today, guys, is going to get an extra entry. Let's do 2 extra entries. Let's do 2 extra entries. If you order 125, you'll get 3 entries. And then if you're the first 2, you'll get 2 extra. So let's do 2 extra entries for people who order today. Hi, Kimberly. My mama's here, so she's helping. And then once I'm done, we're going to go. Hi, Kara. Oh my goodness. Yes. I'm glad you caught that early. Hey, Miss Cassie. How are you, babe? All right, let's blend this out and then we will keep it moving. Blend, blend, blend. Blend, blend, blend. Blend, blend. I was just watching Golden Girls with my mom and now I have the song Miami, Miami got stuck in my head. I think we should do brown liner today, right? Should we do brown? By the way, guys, my mommy son date went swimmingly. I just posted it on my TikTok, so if you want to see the vlog, I posted the whole date on my TikTok and it's already posted, so please go give it some emojis in the comments. Go repost it. I think that should be more normalized, like going on little dates, like individual dates with your kids. I think that should be something that people just, you know, like more wholesome things. I just feel like that should be things that go viral or like get more traction, get more views, get more likes, reposts, like. Instead of like the plain stuff, like let's have people talking about like, oh my gosh, did you see that video of the mom that took her son out to the dinosaur park? Like, because life is so sad. Like, why do we, you know, I just want to think about happy things. I can't watch any more sad things. I can't. My heart can't handle it. Yay, awesome, Donna. Okay, perfect, perfect. What was it? What was the issue? Or was it just like your internet or something? I'm just curious. Yay, and you're not at work. So I used the brown shade from the Warm Tone palette and the golden highlighter for my lid. Aw, thank you, Melissa. I'm doing good today, thank you. I'm excited to go to IKEA and get that whole debacle figured out. Aw, thank you, Miss Cassie. We need to do that and know our kids are, yes. Yes. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's one of those things where even if you do it like once or twice a year, like it doesn't even have to be all the time. Just, I think it's so good for parents to have that one-on-one time with their kids. And I know it's not always feasible for some people's situations. Like, I totally get that. And it doesn't even have to be like dinner and a movie or like going to a park and dinner. Like, it doesn't even have to, it could just be going to McDonald's. You know what I mean? But I do think that having individual one-on-one time with each kid is so helpful, both for the parent and for the kid. Because, like, if Brookie was there, I couldn't give Roman my full attention. I can never give him my full attention when I have both kids. You know what I'm saying? Even if both parents are present or you have help, you still can't give your kids individual one-on-one attention the whole time. And so I just think that's like the main reason why I love doing these with him is he gets my full undivided attention. He got my 100% attention for like 5 hours that day. On top of, you know, when I was home and stuff. But I'm saying like between the park, the driving, and the restaurant, it was like 4 or 5 hours we were out. So I just think that that's so helpful for him to just have mommy's undivided attention. Because that doesn't happen very often, you know. Unfortunately, my attention is divided between 2 kids and work and house and everything else. So I do try to do this on a somewhat regular basis. I don't know. Sometimes it's like just a few times a year, but I want to do it more. I think now that Brookie's a little bit older and she's not like a newborn, I can do it a little bit more now. But I definitely want to keep it up. It's something that I told myself when I was thinking about having kids that I wanted to do something like this, just because I feel like it's so good, especially for a mommy and a boy. There is something that just needs to be taught. I don't know how to explain it. How a boy should treat a woman, and the best person to do that is mommy. In my opinion, you know, because how he treats his mom says a lot. So I just want to make sure that my son treats women perfect. Not perfect, but like amazing. And I just think it starts with mama. So I take that role very, very seriously. Okay, let's clean this up and then let me know if you guys order first two. No, wait, what did I say? First two get 2 extra entries. I think that's what I said. Agreed. He looks so grown. I know. How has everything been? So far it's been a lot. I'm not gonna lie. There's been a lot of things, like obviously just a lot of changes in my life, but I feel like despite a lot of sad, negative things that have been going on in the last year, I do feel like, besides my baby, I do feel like I'm navigating this part of my life better than I thought I was going to be honest. And I'm just trying to figure this chapter of my life out as best I can and like try to still live in the present and like I don't know. I'm just trying to do my best. So I'm doing better than I thought. Okay, sorry, I feel like I'm missing some comments. I tried to ban that person, but I don't know if it worked. He is getting so big so fast. I just posted Roman on my Instagram and my TikTok. I will post baby girl. Hello. I will post baby girl later today too. The nails. Guys, these are 2 weeks old. Actually 2.5 now. I did them 2 Sundays ago. So I'm hoping they can last like 1 more week roughly, and I will redo them next weekend. So they actually need to last like 1.5 weeks. They're from Glamnetic. But honestly, it's the combo of this and the nail glue that make my nails last so long. And I have both linked on my LTK and on my TikTok showcase. I don't think they do codes though, guys. I don't know. I'm gonna try to reach out. Maybe I can use my Asian persuasion to persuade my fellow Asian to give me a code for you guys. I don't even care if I get commission or stuff. Like, I just literally want you guys to have a code, you know? Like, I've done that in the past with companies where I didn't get commission. I just got you guys codes. I think we're just gonna have to leave it. It's not perfect today, but it's good enough. It's good enough. So yeah, these are 2.5 weeks. I'm hoping for them to go 4 weeks total. Can we do it? I don't know. Thank you, Melissa. Some days I sit there, hey Pamela, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like how am I doing this okay? Like some days I feel overwhelmed and I just don't know like if I'm doing what I should be doing, you know, like if I'm doing enough, if I'm, I don't know. It's really easy to like get in your head and sit there and just like question yourself. But I truly feel like I'm just, you know, praying a lot and doing the best I can. They look fuller today. Thank you, babe. I don't know why. I will take it though. So before I had the kids, we would go on mommy-daughter vacations, and it was so much fun. Like, we went to Myrtle Beach, we went to Virginia Beach together. I just highly recommend one-on-one time with your kids. It's just, I know, and a lot of people are so busy, but honestly, I always say that you can find time. It's all about reprioritizing, because I know everyone is so busy, right? And this is something that I am guilty of. So, like, for working out, for growing your own garden, I don't know, whatever it is, right? Maybe you want to have chickens and like just have eggs in your backyard, and you're like, oh, I want to do that, but I'm just so busy. You're not too busy. You just need to reprioritize. Everyone's busy, but people still find ways to do things. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just something I have to tell myself too, because I say that sometimes, like, oh, I wish I could do this. Like, I wish I could finish my book, but I'm too busy. No, I could find time. I just could I could figure it out. You know what I mean? I would just have to restructure my schedule. It's not easy, but I could figure it out. So I need to stop making excuses about my book and finish my freaking book, guys. So that is going to happen this year. I want to finish my book this year that I'm writing. So I'm guilty of it too, because I sit here and I say stuff like, well, I'm just too busy to write my book. I am busy, but it's priorities. I haven't prioritized my book. So of course I'm going to sit here and just say I'm too busy, and that saying I'm too busy justifies in my mind, that's why I haven't touched my book. Like, I'm just basically giving an excuse as to why I haven't touched my book in like 3 years since getting pregnant with Roman. Like, after I had him, okay, so maybe it's been like 2.5, but still, I have not touched my book in several years. I need to do it. I want to do it. I want to do it before my grandparents pass. Like, I need to get this book done, guys. So I'm going to finish this book this year. I am determined. So I'm going to stop saying that. I'm going to stop saying I'm too busy, and I'm just going to say I'm busy right now, but I'm going to figure out a way. That's what I'm going to start saying to myself. Because the harsh reality is, unless you're working 100 hours, you got time. You know what I mean? Like, unless you're just waking up, going straight to work, coming home, going straight to bed, and waking up, going straight to work again, you have time. It's just, we got to figure it out. You know what I mean? And I'm not working that much. I'm not working to the point where I'm waking up, working, going to bed, working all day long. So I can figure it out. Girl, the only thing about this tattoo was when I was getting it done, it kept touching my ulnar nerve, and I kept doing this. And I had to sit here and hold my hand because I was like, I'm so sorry, because it was like moving, obviously, see? Like, where this goes is right along where my ulnar nerve is. So when he was tattooing, it was like triggering this response for my pinky. And so I was just like, I'm so sorry. But this one did not hurt at all, girl. I could have slept during it. So easy. Anything you put your mind to. Awesome, Kara. Yes, people ask how I walk so much. I say after I drop the... Yeah, see? You just make it work. That's awesome. Set timers on your phone. I love that. Just finished book number 60. Get it, girl. Get it, girl. Oh, I could do it on the plane. I could. Okay. Let's do my color correct. But yeah, I think it's one of those things, we all freaking do it, guys, okay? We all do it. We all sit there and, you know, just, it's all priorities. It's all priorities. Because when someone passes, how many times do we say like, oh, I wish I would have seen them more? And it's like, but I was so busy. That happened with my grandma. You know, I was 21 when she passed. I was at a stupid age. And I say stupid because I was at the age where I was being stupid. I was being selfish. I was, you know, in that party phase, and I was out with my friends, and I was, you know, just being young and dumb and very selfish. And, you know, my last birthday, I was hungover with my grandma. That was my last birthday. I didn't get a second chance to redo over that birthday. You know what I mean? So yeah, I was guilty of that too. Yeah, I'm writing a book. Yes, I am. That I've been writing for like 4 years now, but I need to finish it. But I'm sick of allowing myself to have excuses. Like, I don't want to sit here and tell myself that with my book anymore. I need to get this book done, guys. It's funny, I wanted to get it done by the time I was 35. I'm gonna be 37 this year. Like, be so for real, Trinette. What? Okay, 3N and 2N cream foundation. Everyone keeps asking me what foundation I'm wearing. That's the foundation I'm wearing, guys. Mostly 3N, but I am going in with just a dab of 2N. Awesome, Kara. Go have a good day, babe. Yep, didn't have enough pictures. And I try really hard with my kids to take videos because pictures are great. I love pictures, don't get me wrong, but I feel like the videos, you get to capture personality more. So I try to take videos of my kids constantly. You know, because photos are great to look back at, but the videos, oh my God, just hearing their sweet voice, like you can't get that from a photo, you know what I mean? I just love hearing my kids' voice, as weird as that may sound, but like just hearing their voice, like just, I'm like, oh. Roman has still this accent. I don't know where the freak he gets it from. It's the cutest thing. Like, oh, that's so mossy. That's so mossy. When he's trying to say that's so messy. So like he can speak really well, super well. But unless you know he has an accent, you're like, what's mossy? What? I'm confused. And then it's like, no, he's saying it's messy, but he has an accent. Or like he says mac and cheese, mock and cheese. Like, I don't know where he gets these accents from. And it's not like he's saying it incorrectly. It's literally an accent. And I don't know where the freak he got this accent from, but it is so cute. It's just, I think it's just his personality. Like he just says words funny. I don't know, but it's adorable. And Sissy, when she like laughs and stuff, I do the same thing because she just has like the cutest laugh. So I try to do videos too of my kids. Like I try to remember to do videos. So that's why I like to vlog things with them and post it for you guys, because it's also for like me too. So I can sit there and watch these videos back and be like, oh, remember when we went on a little mommy son date? Birthdays come faster. I don't know, girl. I know. Look back and we're like, how are we and they talk like that. Hi, Jessica. Started writing like the middle part. How do you even go about publishing a book? Honestly, sell it. I will sell it. Honestly, hey John, there are publishing companies that you can reach out to and see what it will cost to get your book published. I do believe that most you have to pay for to get it published. And then figure out if you want to sell it and stuff. I honestly don't really know that much about getting it published. The main thing I want to focus on first is obviously getting it written first, and then find an editor and publisher. That's like the next step after that, because I think you have to find an editor first. But sometimes publishing companies will have an editor that they can refer you to, or an editor or 2 or 3 that they use within their company. So it's one of those things where once it's all written, then I will go to the next step, which will be finding an editor and a publisher for it. I will vlog the whole process, guys, with you guys in case any of you are interested in writing a book. So my big thing is getting it written first. I know once I start, like, I am one of those people, I'm like 100% or 0. So when it comes to stuff like that, like, I know once I start writing it, I could have it written in like 2 months if I really sat down and like, you know. So I definitely could have it written by this year and then hopefully find a good publisher and editor. And then once that's done, then it's just getting my book made and like mass producing it, you know. Probably start off with like just 500 copies or something so I don't like get in over my head. Because what if no one even wants my book? Like, and I'm just stuck with like 500 copies or 5,000 copies. So like clearly I would probably just do a soft launch first to see how well it goes and then go from there and see how that soft launch does. So that's probably what I would end up doing, is just do like a limited edition launch of like 500 copies and then see how it does. And then if it does well, like think about either doing more if it does well, or maybe even doing like Kindle versions, stuff like that. But obviously we have to see how it goes first and how the publisher thinks it went. So yeah, there's a lot that would have to take place before we even get to that point, obviously. Don't want to count the chicken before the egg. Sorry guys, I'm trying to ignore them. They are British. That's true, I could, Kimberly, yes. Hi, Kathleen. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'll definitely reach out to her. For sure. Yeah, I have a few friends that have written books. So I'm going to have to reach out to my girlies and see what they recommend. Yeah, you guys will get first dibs on the books. Are you kidding? Yes. My soft launch will mainly be you guys buying it. Because no one's even going to know who I am. Like, I'm not even like an author at all. So me writing a book, they're going to be like, who the heck is Trinette Cordy? Like, or Trinette Lee. Maybe I'll put Trinette Lee. I don't know. Probably put Trinette Lee. But it's just one of those things where it's like, they're not going to know who the frick I am. They're going to be like, what is this book? This looks like an amateur did it. Because I am an amateur. So they're... No one's gonna read my book unless it's you guys. Like, it's not gonna be on the bestseller list. I don't have high hopes for the book as far as like that. It's more so to just get the story out. You know, I'm not looking to make like a huge profit from it. Maybe just my money back would be cool, but mainly just wanting to get my mom's story out there. Hi Megan, how are you? But yeah, you guys will definitely have first dibs. Like, as soon as I get it written, you guys will know the whole process. So I'll be like, hey guys, I finally got it written, or like, hey, it's finally going to the editor. Like, I will definitely keep you guys updated as much as I can with that process. So you guys will be the first to find out all that stuff. And if I have like a link to pre-order and stuff, like obviously I will share all that stuff with you guys. And if I'm able to give you guys like a discount or something, like all that stuff. Aw, thank you, Melissa. I am. And yeah, that's fine. I am. And the main reason is because of my kids. I want to have the same last name as my kids. Totally fine with answering that. But yeah, I'm keeping it mainly because of my kids. That's just like a personal thing. There's nothing wrong with having a last name as your kids, different last name as your kids. There's nothing wrong with that. Me personally, just for a lot of reasons, it just makes life so much easier to have the same last name as your kids. Okay, that was barely bronzed in the all-in-one color stick. We're gonna blend her out. But I think for my book, I want to use Trinette Lee because that's just more of my brand. So that would be the only reason. And that's my middle name. So it's not my maiden last name. Some people think that's my maiden last name. That's my middle name. But I think for my book, I probably am going to go with Trinette Lee. Just because that's also a lot easier for people to say because everyone always wants to say Court instead of Cordy. So I just feel like that way it just is a lot harder. I already have a hard first name. So everyone always wants to call me Trinity or Jeanette. So, and I'm used to writing it. Yeah. Just easier for forms, easier for insurance, just easier for life to just keep it. I just truly don't feel like going through the hassle of changing my name back. So that was one discussion that I had with my lawyers was about keeping my name. So yeah, I'm planning on keeping my name. Hello, Cassie. Oh, thank you, Randy. I am. Yes, I am. Let me know if you guys order. I'm going to check to see if anyone ordered. They have a buy two, get one free sale going on right now, guys. Refresh. Oh, girl, people mess up my first name literally all the time. Yeah, all the time. All the time they mess up my name. I can understand Trinity. I can understand Trinity. That one, I'm just like, yeah, makes sense, right? Like, totally makes sense. But the biggest one that people, like Jeanette, that's a T. And I think when people say Jeanette, and there's an R, so like, did you just drop the R and change the T to a J? So when people say Jeanette, I know people are just being too quick. Like, they're just being lazy, or they're like looking at my name too quick. When people call me Jeanette. Or Annette. That one really gets me. I'm like, you're not even close, like Annette. So you dropped the T, the R, and the I and changed that all to an A? Annette is the worst. I actually have been called Annette a few times, and I'm like, you've got to be literally joking me. Yeah. But normally I get Jeanette or Trinity. I'm just going in with some finishing powder. So different. It's just people who, when they, it's either people who see my name, you know, like at Starbucks. Well, Starbucks, I use my app, so they don't ever mess up my name usually, but I guess they can. Okay, so yeah, I guess because it's like written or whatever. So yeah, I guess like people at Starbucks sometimes will say it wrong, or like when I use my McDonald's app, people will say it wrong. So it's like people who obviously are in a hurry. I mean, they, you know, I'm not the only customer. So I get that, you know, and people just see names all day long and whatever. So it's not like I get mad or annoyed, but sometimes I'm just like, Annette? How did you get Annette from this? But they just see the N-T-E-T-T, the N-E-T-T, and just blurt out an et name, you know, because there's so many ets. Paulette, Jeanette, Trinette, Lynette, like, there's a lot of us ets out there. So I can understand that. Okay, let's move on. Blush. They always mess mine up too, but you have said it right, yes. People call me Brandy a lot. And I'm like, nope, there's no B. Yeah, it's Randy. And again, I know that people who mess my name up, I would say 80% of the time, it's people who are just really busy, right? It's like nurses at doctor's offices who maybe are a new nurse because I've been going to the same doctor for 10 years. But of course, there's like new nurses that come in and out. Obviously, my doctor never has messed up my name because my doctor is a G. We love her. But it's people who I know, they're just like really busy, or they have never seen me before and they've never met me. So I don't get offended. I'm just like, it's fine. Like, I'm not going to get mad, but also like, I'll correct them sometimes. Sometimes I'm just like, Yep, that's me. Just little Nanette over here. You know, I'm just like, yep, that's not my name, but I literally just want to say, you know that, is it Megan Trainor? That's not my name. That's the first thing that pops in my head. So when someone calls me Jeanette, Trinette, or Trinette's right, obviously. Annette, Jeanette, or Trinity, I literally am like, that's not my name. So anyway, that's the first thing that pops in my head is I just want to sit there and tell them, like, you're saying my name wrong, but I don't really care. It's fine. Brows. I almost was going to say bra. Yeah, let's do my bra next, guys. No, brows. They spell your name. They spell your name. They spell your name wrong. People mispronounce my last name all the time. Instead of Simmons, they say Simons. Yeah, there's 2 M's. You know, like M&M's. Hey, Cassandra. When I get money ahead, I'm going to have you color match. Okay, perfect. Hey, Pam. Good bum. Girlfriend name is Trinity. I always call her Trinette because I watch her all the time. She said it's fine with me calling you. What? That's so funny. Did you learn to read? Yeah, right. I used to tell my teachers if they can't say my name or spell it, then don't talk to me. So one of my teachers growing up, guys, like I cannot even make this up. We haven't had any orders yet, guys. Use the link down below. Buy 2, get 1 free with that link and code Elevate. You can see all the items. Because I think it's like select items. But guys, when I was in, God, what year was it? 8th grade? 7th or 8th grade? 7th or 8th grade. So middle school. I had this teacher, Mr. Tecklin, and he was kind of a different teacher. Like, he was nice. He was a nice guy. He's a little weird, okay? He's a little odd. He kind of beat to his own drummer, okay? Really nice guy, though. Really nice teacher. I didn't have a problem with him, but he called me Hairnet. And I don't know if it's because he didn't like my name, couldn't say my name, or he was just messing with me, but he never called me Trinette. He always called me Hairnet. And again, I don't know if it was because I had a lot of hair, too. Clearly, usually I was the girl that had the most hair in school, right? And my hair was always usually pretty long. I think I cut it in 8th grade, so I want to say he was my 7th grade teacher. Or like one of my 7th grade teachers, because you know how you have like multiple teachers once you hit middle school, you have like your science, your math, whatever. I think he was like my geography teacher. But yeah, guys, Hairnet. And like he would kind of like smirk or like smile when he would say it, like he knew that he was being like silly. So I think he just thought it was funny. But he literally would just call me Hairnet. Hairnet. Your name is messed up 99% of the time. What do they say, Deanne? I don't understand how hard your name... What do they call you? And I think for me, because I have such a unique name, that I really try hard to say people's names correctly. And if I say it wrong, like, I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, I try really hard to remember how to say your guys' names. Cherie, yes. Someone had to actually type that in front of my pretty name. Like, come on. Yeah, I would say your name like Cherie. Cherie. Oh my gosh, they say Michael Jackson. Daniel, what? Hairnet. Randi, what? I think that honestly is part of the problem. You know? I think we just live in a society where we're so fast paced, especially in America. We're just like, we're just like in our own little worlds, like whether we're working or whatever. And I get that. Or people are having a bad day and they just like truly don't care. They're just like in that mindset of like, I don't care what your name is. Like, hurry up, get back to the doctor's room, like whatever. And I get that. But we need to care about people and we need to care about how to say their name correctly, you know? Like, I don't know why we've gotten to that phase where people who call you, like people who are at like Starbucks or your doctor's office, like, why don't we care? We need to care. That's a human being. We need to take the time to say their name correctly. If you say it wrong, just be like, oh my gosh, how do I say your name? You might not even ever see that person again, but you're taking the time to actually care about the name that their parents gave them. So for me, it is a big deal. Like, that's why I care. But a lot of people don't have that mindset. They're just like, I don't give a crap how to pronounce that person's name. They're inconveniencing me by having a difficult name. Like, that's truly how some people act, especially with my name. Like, people are just like, oh my God, she has such a difficult name. I can't believe she has such a difficult name. Like, when I correct them, sometimes they're just like, okay, cool, here it is. And I'm like, so I literally, that's why I don't usually correct people, because I get so annoyed when I correct them. Like 50% of the time people will give me an attitude and like, you know, the other 50, then they just, I feel like they're like embarrassed or they don't care. So then why would I correct them? Some people are really sweet and they're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, oh, it's fine. And then I feel bad that they were so sweet. So I just don't usually correct people because I just like don't care to like go through that awkwardness and that interaction with people. So I usually don't correct them. It's like, oh, it's fine. Unless I'm feeling sassy. If I'm feeling sassy and I'm in a sassy mood, then I'm like, it's Trinette. Thank you. No, I'm just kidding. I don't ever say it like that. In my mind, I say it really cool. Like, I'm a really cool person and I can say things really tough. And then in my mind, I'm like, actually, it's Trinette. And I think in my mind, I came off like, it's Trinette. But I'm never that cool, guys. That never happens. With an A. Oh my gosh, there's no A. I could see that. Yeah, people do that with my best friend. They call her Brianna, and it's Brianne. Yeah. Hi, Amanda. Technology, it's all typed. We don't write much. That's true. Yeah. When they say Cass. My brother's older. She did really good. My mom said she was a gem. She did really good. Matter of fact, my mom had to wake her up at 9:30 this morning. Yeah. She slept really good. Everything but my name. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's Cherie. Hello. Okay. What am I missing? Highlights. Blush. I watched this one video where the girl said don't put setting powder anywhere but where you put the concealer. I kind of want to try that today just for funsies. So yeah, and she said you only set your blush with powder blush. You only set your bronzer with powder bronzer. So I'm going to try that today. So, oh. It's broken, so I'm not putting a good amount, but we're just gonna, she is getting big. When someone gets it right, I know. Especially at a place like McDonald's or Starbucks or like places like that where they see a million people a day and someone says my name right, I'm like, oh, that's me. So used to it wrong that I'm like, when someone says my name right at places like that, I'm like, oh. Like, it actually almost catches me off guard, which is kind of funny because you would think, I don't know, it's just funny. Okay, I'm setting all that all in one color stick with my bronzer, and then I'm also gonna set my bronzer on my nose with they call you Helen? There's not even, it's Ellen. What? Yeah, people are crazy. If I'm not sure how to pronounce someone's name, I'll just ask them. Exactly. The worst, okay guys, this is like my little trick that I do. When I see someone that I know I've met before, I have to tell you guys this story. Okay, so I run into people every once in a while that I know. I've only been here 10 years, not only. I've been here actually a while. 10 years is kind of a long time. But every once in a while, I'll run into someone that I've like met at like a Christmas party one year or whatever, right? Like I don't see them on a regular basis, but I know I've met them before. And I'm really bad with remembering people's names. I'm so good with faces. I'm like, I've met you before. I know I met you before. I cannot think of how to say your name or whatever, or like what your name is. So I'll be like, oh, hey, how have you been? And they're like, oh, hi. And I'm like, and like most of them will remember my name, right? I think like once you've met me, like Trinette, just, it's an easy name to remember once you've met me because it's different. And they'll be like, oh, hi, Trinette. And I'm like, hi, how do I say your name again? And I literally, sometimes it works, right? Because they'll be like, oh, it's Sandra. And I'm like, oh, because it's like a little bit different, you know? Because it could be Cassandra, it could be Sandra. So I'm like, oh, how do I say your name again? I forget how to say your name. One time I did that and she goes, it's Sarah. Or whatever. Like it was such an easy name to say and remember. And I was like, that's right. I just didn't know if it was said with an A or like spelled with an A or an H. I just want to make sure I was saying your name right. I was mortified. Because I feel bad being like, hey, you, how you doing? Like, and I don't say their name. Like, I just feel awkward when I'm like talking to someone, I can't remember their name because I'm just violently bad with remembering people's names when I meet them sometimes. Not all the time, sometimes. And I just remember sitting there and I was like, oh, how do I say your name again? And she was like, it's Sarah. And I was like, of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it be, you know, one of the most like common names? Like that's definitely one of the more common names in the world for a girl. Like what? Her name had to be Sarah. Or something like that. Like it was so easy for me to just remember. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Yes, Danny. Jennifer, oh my gosh. That's crazy. So even people who have really easy names to say, people mess it up. That's insane. So you would think someone like Jennifer or Jessica, like that's such an easy name. Okay, we're gonna go in with the highlighter in the shade Golden. I kind of like doing my nose like this. Like, what do you guys think? Oh my gosh, that's funny. That's funny, girl. That funny girl. Oh, you're so funny. Okay, we're gonna blend this out. Like people I went to high school with, oh, I remember even their last names because I went to school with them almost since I was in kindergarten. Like a lot of people that I graduated with like 200 people roughly. I could tell you their first and last name and how to like almost spell their last name because I went to school with most of them since I was like kindergarten, second, third grade. You know what I'm saying? Like I went to school with these people for years, like pretty much my whole, you know, young adult life. But people who I met like once at a party when I was having like a few adult cocktails, no. I am not good in those situations. But if I met you more than once, I typically do remember your name. It's the people that I met like once for like 10 minutes. You know what I mean? Like I am not good at that. Now you guys who have been following me for years and years, I remember your last name, your Facebook, how you do hyphens, some of you guys, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like I can find you guys, especially if you've ordered from me, because I can visually see your name written down and I have like photographic memory a little bit. So I'm really good with you guys. But yeah, when it comes to like someone who I met for like 10 minutes at a party one time, no, I'm horrible. Stop it, Jennifer. You're so sweet. Everyone has problems pronouncing my name, it seems like. Alan? I feel like that's like a, I don't know why people have such a hard time with easy names. I think that is just lazy. Okay, we're gonna just set, like I said, where I watched this makeup artist. She said just set with powder where you did your concealer. That's what we're gonna try today, guys. Okay, and she did the side of her nose first. and then went into her under eye. Okay, same thing. Side of the nose, under eye. Oh my gosh, I was just thinking about her the other day. That's so crazy you brought her up. I miss her so much. She was such a sweet girl, and she was on my team for, I think, a few years. Yeah, I was just thinking about her the other day. Her freaking piece of crap husband. Okay, I am doing around my nose. I know I did not put concealer on my nose, but I have to do around my mouth because that's where I eat and stuff. So like, I do like to set around my mouth. I am weird about that. Okay, and then I put concealer here. When I was a little bitty. Yeah. I know, it's just crazy. You think you know someone. I actually had a reporter reach out to me, like the first month after it happened, and he wanted to like interview me, and I did not feel comfortable talking about it that quickly, so I said no. Now I kind of wish that I did, just to like, whatever, help spread awareness and stuff on that matter, on that topic, but it was just way too soon. But I remember he like, I don't even know if he was like an actual, like if he was legit. I didn't look into him, but I just remember he reached out to me because he had found out I was one of her uplines, and I was like, I just can't talk about it right now. Like, it was way too fresh, you know what I mean? Because I want to say it was like in the first month or two after she had passed, and I just could not talk about it. And I was having so many people message me about it, and I just like I remember just feeling so overwhelmed, and like, I remember we made bracelets, like I made bracelets for her and stuff that my girls wore at convention the first year she had passed, but I just like did not know what to do in that moment. Like, I just felt so much anger towards him for what he did, and I just remember being like, feeling helpless. And like, what's enough? Like, I just felt like I wasn't doing enough. Like, I just wanted to do more, but I just felt so overwhelmed with like grief and anger. So if you guys do not know about Marley, she was such a beautiful soul. I'm going to use the brown tone color. She was on my team. This was back at the townhouse. So if you weren't following me over 5 years ago, when I lived at the townhouse, it happened when I lived there. So I had this girl on my team. She was under one of my elites. So she was like my second downline. So I had an elite, and then she was under that girl. So she was in my team though. She was a nurse, and she also sold Younique, and she did the videos and everything. She was so bubbly. She had such a just beautiful personality. She was so funny. She was goofy. She was just really fun to watch. She had a pretty decent sized following, also working like full-time as a nurse. So she did both. Okay. She didn't have any kids yet. I think she did want to have kids. But anyway, it was her birthday. I want to say it was her 20 something. I can't remember exactly how old she was now. Was she 26, 25, 26? She was young. She was in her 20s. And it was her birthday. So she actually did a live that day, getting ready. I think she had that day off, and she was doing her makeup to go to her best friend's house. because her best friend was throwing her a birthday party. So it was her actual birthday, and she went live, you know, and all this stuff. And she was married. And once they got to the party, some things happened. There was some drinking, obviously. There, you know, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but basically what ended up happening was her husband at the time took a pew pew out of his truck and used it on Marley. And her best friend went to go to Marley's aid, and he used it on her best friend. And the best friend's husband went to her aid, and he used it on the husband. It was a triple homicide. There was, I think, 2 other people at the party as well, 2 other adults, and 2 minor children of the couple that tried to protect Marley. That couple that passed had also had 2 younger children that were at the party. They were in the house at the time of the pew pew, because that occurred outside, and the husband proceeded to go inside to try to unalive these people in the house. And thank goodness the adults, I think it was 2 adults, if I remember correctly. I used to know all the details. There was 2 adults, I believe, in the house with the 2 children. And they barricaded themselves in one of the children's rooms. And that is the only reason that they survived, because he tried getting into that room. They were able to call the police. The cops came. He had left the scene. He fled and then actually came back and acted like he did not know what was going on, and acted like he was just getting there, you know, and he had left during that time. So he tried to pretend like he didn't know what was happening. And obviously the 2 people, the 2 adults, identified him immediately and said, yes, he was the one responsible for the triple homicide. One of the 3 actually, I mean, Marley and either the husband or the wife were pronounced unalived at the scene. I believe it was the wife or the husband, I can't remember. One of them was still alive when they took them to the hospital, but passed either on the way or at the hospital. I can't remember the exact time frame on that one. So those children lost both their parents, and Marley passed at the hands of that monster. Sorry. It's like the stuff that you see on like true crime that you don't think like it's gonna happen to you, or you don't think it's gonna happen to someone you know. And I remember finding that out, and I was like, there's no way that that happened. Like, that has to be a made-up story. Like, I didn't believe it when I first heard it, because I just could not believe that someone was capable of doing that. And she was looking forward to going to convention and stuff. Like, she was supposed to go to convention. He did. He did get life. Hi, Andrea. Her husband. They were married. And it was on her birthday. And they had just gotten in a fight, and no, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah, I literally just thought, it's so crazy that someone brought her up, because I just thought about her again. Like, it just is like such a really sad thing. I try not to think about it very often because when I think about it, it's obviously like hard to think about. And so I just thought about her really vividly like a week ago. And like every time I go to conventions and stuff, I always think about her. Nope, she wasn't in my state. She was in, do you guys remember? It was like a southern state. Was it not Kentucky? Not Alabama. Was it Kentucky or Alabama? I don't know. It was one of those states. Yeah. Mississippi. Was it Mississippi? Okay, Mississippi. I knew it was a southern state. I'll let you guys know how I like doing the setting powder just where I put concealer. We'll see how that looks and feels after today, especially running there. Agreed, Julie. Agreed. And as a woman, especially, I mean, I know women do this too, but as a woman, that is scary, okay? Because men are stronger faster. So not even with weapons, right? Not even with the stab and the pew-pews. Also just in general, like men are typically the ones that do that to women. And that's scary as a woman because even if you work out and you're super strong, like a man is just stronger, faster, usually taller. So as a woman, that is very scary. Like we're already biologically at a disadvantage, you know what I'm saying? So I think I'm gonna go in with my liner from, I mean, not that we have to sit there and I'm not saying like women should sit there and be scared or whatever, but I'm also like, that is why it's so important to take like women's self-defense class. I remember taking that in college. That's such a good thing to have. Obviously in that situation, like there's not much she could have done at that exact moment. But the signs, you know what I mean? Like, and now with like the Gabby Petito thing being re-put out into the thing, it's like really on my heartstrings. I think that's why I thought of Marley in the last few weeks, is because of the Gabby Petito stuff, because it's very similar situation. Obviously different. There's a lot of differences, but as far as like, you know, a man unaliving another woman. Get out when you need to. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm so adamant on teaching my son, yes. Just got one in April. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. I haven't watched it yet. I feel like it's just like way too close. It hits way too close to home. I just can't watch it yet. I watched the first thing that they came out with, but I haven't watched the new thing that they did. I think I need, yeah. Eventually I will probably. Okay, what do we think? This is the finished makeup look. We're gonna go ahead and refresh, see if anyone's ordered, and I'm gonna go ahead and take my supplements, and then we're gonna be done. Let me know when you guys order. We need to change the mood here. Let's change the vibe. Also, guys, there is a deal going on right now with the creatine, the charge, and this mixer. You get the mixer completely free. You can use my link and code, guys. Let me know if you have any questions on that, and I can help assist in any way. Aw, thank you, Melissa. All right, cheers. Let's take our supplements and then we'll be done. But yeah, I'm a very, very strong proponent for protecting women, protecting humans, but especially women. Especially women. Gotta look out for my fellow women. Because yeah, there are women who do some unthinkable things as well. However, gotta look out for my women. Because even statistically, it's usually the woman that, you know, is put in those really unfortunate situations. And then us as women being empaths and, you know, sometimes a little delulu, we sit there and we make excuses for them, or we sit there and, you know, so I'm sure that's what Gabby was doing in her mind. Cheers. And Marley. Because even verbal abuse is still abuse. So even if he's not laying hands on you, it's still wrong. And in my opinion, verbal abuse is just as bad as physical abuse, because there's emotional damage that comes along with that, right? And with verbal abuse, there's no proof unless you record it. Like physical abuse, you can see it, people can report it. Verbal abuse isn't taken as seriously because there's no scars, there's no damage, there's no evidence. So what I feel like with the Gabby thing, she was probably verbally getting abused almost probably the entire relationship. And then he just started becoming physically abusive toward the end. And look what happened. So even verbal abuse can turn into physical abuse. That is something that we need to teach people, and especially women. You dry scoop too. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Kathleen. Oh my gosh, and an avalanche. Oh my gosh. I bet. I'm so sorry that you went through that, babe. Love the way the headband came out. Thank you. Oh, on the back. Yes. Yes. So so a portion of their proceeds goes to women who have been sexually abused as children and adolescents. So it's actually sexual abuse. But they also do a lot of volunteering at women's shelters and stuff like that, which obviously have some women who have been in DV and stuff. The green and the red one that I take I take those in the morning. His verbal was harder on my mental than his physical. And abuse is abuse, guys. So if you're getting abused, whether it's verbal, emotional, physical, it's still abuse. And it's not okay. So get out if you can. And if you can't get out, you need to talk to someone to help you get out. Because you just never know. You never know. You may feel like you're safe. It's not worth it. You shouldn't be with that person. No. It's not okay. Document, 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 document. Good, Deanne. I'm glad you're out. His parents. I've been hearing stuff about his parents. I need to watch it because I always got icky vibes about his parents. Always got icky vibes about his parents. And his parents weren't even charged, were they? See, this is why I can't watch it. Because if I watch it and his parents didn't get charged, I'm going to be like, makes me so mad. Good, Julie. Yes. Okay, I love you guys. This is the finished look. I'm gonna go head to IKEA and hopefully we can get it all squared away. But I love you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day.